YouTube is taking more of our money every single month, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about how it affects everyone, even creators outside of the US. Alright, so for the past couple of months, YouTube has actually been making some changes to the YouTube Partner Program, the terms of service, and monetization, including what I talked about in this video right here, which happened in November when YouTube decided that they were going to be placing ads on all videos, even those not a part of the YouTube Partner Program. This meant that channels that were not monetized may see ads on their channel, and because they're not a part of the YouTube Partner Program, they're not going to get any of the income, because you do need to be a part of the program to receive some ad sharing income from either ads, memberships, or even super chat. Now, when YouTube announced this change right here with the whole ads on any channel, even those that were not monetized, they also had a change as of November 18th of 2020. YouTube had stated, if you are entitled to receive payments from YouTube through any other agreement between yourself and YouTube, example the YouTube Partner Program, all such payments will be treated as royalties in the US starting November 18th of 2020. Google will withhold taxes from such payments as required by law. Now, obviously, this was only going to affect creators in the United States, but they did mention down below that it may go across to all creators, even those outside of the United States. Now, I will talk about how it affects people outside of the United States in just a second, but because it is tax season, I want to let you creators know, even in the US, that it is very important that you are putting money aside every single month, because if YouTube is not taking money out, we still owe taxes at the end of the year. So for the past 3 years, I've had a channel that has been monetized, and every single month when I got paid from YouTube, I would go ahead and take 30% out, and I would put that into a separate banking account. The reason why is because at the end of the year, I have to claim all money earned, even money earned from the YouTube Partner Program. And since I did not pay taxes on that, I am required by law to pay taxes. So basically, my tax professional would go ahead, see how much money I had earned, see what my tax threshold was, and if I overpaid somewhere else, either through other income that I earned, my husband's income, or whatever the case was, then we wouldn't have to owe anything, or they would give us money back saying that we overpaid. Now, if for any reason we didn't overpay that year and they deemed my income from YouTube being too high and that I owe taxes, I had the money set aside already, so all I had to do was pull from there. Now, again, for me, I would just put 30% aside, which is a little high for my threshold, but it was better than nothing, because I would rather have more money put aside and then after I pay my taxes, maybe have some leftover money, versus having to scramble once I did my taxes and they said, you didn't pay enough, you owe us $1,800 now. Trust me, it's happened. It's not fun. Now, obviously, I am not a tax professional, and I want you to know to please partner with a tax professional if you are making money through YouTube or any other form of payments. Maybe you have affiliate income, you're working with brand sponsorships. We as content creators may be self-employed, but we are subject to self-employment taxes. Even if you do not have an LLC or any other business name, you do have to report all income. So according to YouTube, the changes that they had to make is required from Chapter 3 of the US Internal Revenue Code, which states, so according to Chapter 3 of the US Internal Revenue Code, YouTube now has to collect tax information from all creators that are a part of the YouTube Partner Program. So this means if you collect money through either ad revenue sharing, maybe you have super chats, super sticker, memberships, or even the applause button, you will have to put your information into Google Adsense so they can collect tax information on you. Now, it is super important, even if you are outside the United States, when you're filling out this information, you are filling it out correctly, which means you are putting the location that you are in. So if you live in Austria, you want to make sure you're placing Austria. If you live in Canada, you're going to want to put in some Canada information. Whatever it is, you just have to fill it out in Google, but you're still going to put your country of residence. Now, if you want to know more information on how much money is going to be taken out of your taxes, please make sure that you are talking to a tax professional, or you're looking it up on your government website that is specific to your area of residence. I am not a tax professional. YouTube and Google are not tax professionals. Please partner with the right person, so this way you are making sure that you are paying enough taxes at the end of the year. Now, if you're confused why YouTube and Google are going to start taking US taxes out of your check if you are not a US content creator, it is because you may be earning income from the United States, because our audience is all over the world. So because I can view people who may be over in Mexico or maybe over in the Philippines, I count as a US view, which means that my money counts as US dollars. So if you are in the Philippines and you're a content creator and you upload a video that I happen to watch, then the money that you earn from me watching the ads on your channel means it is still subject to tax being taken out from the US. Now, the US is not going to touch income that is earned anywhere else. So again, if you are in the Philippines and you get 90% of your views from the Philippines and you make $900, the US cannot touch that money because it was not earned in the US. But 10% of your income comes for the United States. So you have $100 in that month that comes for the United States. then $30 is going to be removed from your income if you have a 30% threshold. Now, again, this is just a metaphor. Your threshold is really going to depend on a couple of different variants. And again, please consult a tax professional to see what your threshold is. But if you want to see how much of your income comes for the United States, you're going to go into your YouTube Studio Analytics, make sure to click on See More, and then you can either change your date range to show lifetime, or you can just show the tax year that you're currently in, so everything in 2021, or you can just look for this month. So you can do January and February of this year. Now, once you have the date range, you can go ahead and select geography from the top options, and then in your second metric, you're going to change it to your estimated revenue. You'll go ahead and scroll down, and from there you can see where your income is coming from per country. You're just going to look at the US, see how much money you've made in the US, and then go ahead and deduct your percentage from that. So again, if it's 30%, you would deduct 30%. If you have 10%, then you would only deduct 10%. Now, this is just an estimate, and it's what Google should be taking out of your checks. So this is good to keep note of. So every month you can determine what your estimate's going to be, and then you can go ahead and compare that to what's actually taken out. If you are a monetized creator, you should always make sure you are referencing your AdSense account to make sure that you're getting paid the correct amount, because all of our income earned is in our AdSense account information under payment. Now, if you think you're going to cheat the system and say, well, if I don't fill out my tax forms, then they can't take taxes away from me, you are wrong. They are most likely going to take more taxes out of you, as they're going to automatically assume that you are a US-based creator, meaning they can take up to 24% out of your account for tax withholdings on all of your income earned, even those outside of the United States. If you are a US creator, no matter who is viewing our account, we have earned money in the US, and we are subject to US income taxes. So you need to make sure that you are filling this out, especially if you are not in the United States and you're in a different country. This way you're not having too many taxes withheld, because they're going to automatically assume that you are a US-based creator. And US-based creators, you cannot pretend that you don't live in the United States to try to get less money taken out, because then that's just a whole nother issue and you don't want to deal with that. All right, and through all of these changes, I actually have some good news from YouTube, as if you are in Canada or the UK, you may be subject to 0% income tax threshold. And if you are in Mexico or Korea, you may only have 10%. This is all determined when you fill out the proper paperwork in your AdSense account, and if you have a foreign tax identification number. All right, guys, but let me know in the comments below all of your thoughts that are going on right now. Do you agree with this? Do you not agree with this? I mean, it's the IRS, so there's nothing we can do about it. And if you want to know the official announcement from the YouTube creators YouTube channel, you can go ahead and check out this video right here, and you can see my last video on the November 20 changes over here. Now get out there, fill out your taxes, and let's grow together.